What's happening, family? Dr. Joe here. Hope each of you are well and blessed. Happy Monday. Shout out to the brother, young, black, and vegan, doing great work on his channel and on his social media platforms. Take a listen to this interview that was presented on his platform, and then I'll be
One
back.
time I was in New Orleans. Maybe I shouldn't say that, so I'm going to. I was in New Orleans with the American Diabetes Association. And I got on stage and said, you know, you can stop being a diabetic if you become plant-based. I got on stage and they were like, yo, get back on stage. Like, you got to rectify that.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? She goes, it's not true. Once you're a diabetic, you're always a diabetic. You can't say things like that. You're wrong. And so I go back up and I go to the doctor and I said, yeah, I guess I was wrong. You can reverse the effects of diabetes, but once you're a diabetic, you're always a diabetic because your DNA has changed. And the doctor says, correct. I said, with that being said, if you become plant-based, you won't have the effects of diabetes. She says, correct. Thank you. And we walked off stage, I got fired.
As you can see, you can hear the famed NBA player John Salley as he talked about what he said on that particular platform and how people responded to him. I wanted to be certain that you saw it and that you heard it from somebody else besides me, because the truth of the matter is diabetes can be reversed. I've seen it time and time again, not only in thousands of people who come through this process, but people who've done other things. The point is not necessarily that there's a secret sauce about what we have in the 40-day turn up and the Journey 3.0 plus process, although it's been very, very effective. But the point is, if you change your lifestyle, if you make adjustments, if you are willing to make what I call new agreements, or basically making promises with yourself in order to manifest the type of life that you want to live, diabetes can be in many instances reversed. There's always the outlier. There are always exceptions. But I'm talking about, generally speaking, if you improve your lifestyle in a guided, consistent way, you will see positive results. And the reversal of diabetes or the elimination of diabetes, or those of you who are pre-diabetic, can make sustainable, natural changes to your life. Now, for those of you all who are diabetics, I want you to listen. There are a few things that you have to understand. If you are a diabetic, you are greatly, greatly increasing the unlikelihood of having a long, healthy life. You don't see people who are centurions, people who hit their hundreds, and they've been diabetics or are diabetics. I'm not saying that there's no person who's ever lived to 100 who was a diabetic. Like we've said before, there are always outliers. But what I'm saying, you're not going to have a long, healthy life injecting yourself with insulin. It's just not going to happen. They're paradoxical in a way. They oppose one another. All right. Great health and a diabetic does not fall in the same sentence. That is not to let you or to scare anyone, but it's to put the fire underneath you, to inspire you to adjust the lifestyle that you have so you can rid yourself of diabetes. 2, if you got diabetes, you will increase your likelihood of a heart attack, of stroke, of cancer, of a myriad of other health illnesses, like kidney issues, like glaucoma, like hypertension. They all run hand in hand. They're all friends that hang out in the same place and space. When you find a hypertensive, when you find a person that's pre-diabetic or diabetic, you'll find a person in many instances who's developing kidney issues due to the hypertension, connected to the same things that are creating the diabetes. And it's this soup of toxicity that's in the body. All right. You have to understand that a person who is a diabetic is a person who is more likely to have a heart attack than a person who has already had a heart attack, if that even makes sense. All right. So when you have diabetes, it's a metabolic malfunction. And that one issue or manifested problem that's in the body is connected to a myriad of other health conditions. It's basically a gateway to other issues and conditions that you're going to have. And the only people who are profiting off of that are people who are in the pharmaceutical industries, who are selling insulin, who are promoting insulin. And what happens is you get on these things and you stay on them forever. When you get on insulin, it's very, very difficult to get off of it, but it's possible when you are led in the proper and in the correct way. Lastly, if you're a diabetic, according to the American Diabetes Association, the cost of diabetes, the American Diabetes Association released new research March 22nd, 2018, estimating the total cost of diagnosed diabetes have risen to $327 billion from $245 billion. This particular study suggests that the average cost per year of a diabetic is $16,752 per year. $16,752 per year. What could you do with $16,000 a year? Some of us could be millionaires if you take that same amount of money and you invest it within yourself. But no, we're investing in pills and insulin and glucose meters. Who has time for that? So if you're seeing this and you have diabetes or you're pre-diabetic, don't be afraid, but allow those energies to be the fire that you need to motivate you to change. I've seen it so many times. I have witnessed and worked with individuals and seen so many people who were diabetics no longer are diabetics, so many that I can't even count. You don't have to believe me, but if you got diabetes, you need to do something about it. I don't know about you, but whatever time I have on this planet, I want all of it. And I know you too do as well. Until next time, be blessed. Peace.